everybody, welcome to a lovely beautiful day in Scotland today. I've kind of spent the morning just relaxing. I was sat in my room with the windows open. I was reading my book. I finished my book. I was really quite happy with myself, so I'm happy with that. And yeah, so I'm gonna go downtown now. So hello, I've just done all my shopping. There's a big bag of stuff. I'll show you what I got when I get back home. Yeah, sorry I didn't video, but there was a lot of people and I don't feel comfortable videoing on my own anymore when I'm around a load of people. So yeah, yeah, so I'm gonna drive back home now and then I'll talk to you guys when I'm home. See you in a bit. Home now! Right, I'm going to empty out my bag. Because I'm obsessed with Hamilton right now, like really obsessed with Hamilton, my sister was like, put all this obsession you have for this thing and make it less of an unhealthy obsession by putting all that energy into something else. And I'm going to do that, Christine. I'm going to take your advice. And doing that, I'm going to put all my effort, I'm putting it into something else. I'm going to read more. Like I finished one book today, so I went and I thought I'd have a look at some other books. Kind of was looking for Hamilton, the book that Lin-Manuel Miranda read. I was looking for that, and my thought was, if I find it in the shop, like the bookshops, then it's just fate and I have to buy it. But sadly I didn't find it. But instead I got poems because I thought I'd be interested in reading them. I had this book already. It's just it's like a fake Moleskine book. It's not a proper like Moleskine, one of those Moleskine books, but very similar, just like plain pages. And what I've started doing is, well, I've got all those quotes from Hamilton. Starting to write quotes from when I'm reading. And so when I'm reading books and I find a beautiful quote that I like, I'm writing it in here. And to go with that, I bought myself a fountain pen because I thought, I haven't owned a fountain pen in so long and I want to actually use that instead of like a biro to write in that book. So I got myself a little fountain pen with some ink. So I'm going to feel like I'm like in secondary school again and using those. So I went to a charity shop and I bought a few bits of clothing. Got 2 more books from the charity shops before I go to sleep. And this book I've wanted to read. I've been told it's awful, but I've read all the others. But I thought because it was in a charity shop and it was only £1, I thought, again, why not? And then this, right, I haven't spoken about them, but I listen to a lot of podcasts. I think I've said that before, but a podcast I listen to at the moment is called the Magnus Archives. It's from the people that make, it's Rusty Quill company, and they have Rusty Quill Gaming, which is a D&D company, D&D show. But they also have a thing called the Magnus Archives, which is really creepy short stories, really good, really amazing, so good. And they had a short story recently about a guy going into a charity shop and finding a weird book. And in the weird book, it was nothing but Latin and had some really interesting pictures. And the story goes on from there, but the whole point is he finds this weird book. I went into a charity shop today and I found a weird book. I had to get it. So it's Homer. If it says there, Homer. 5th edition revised. It was just really old and cool. It was in the old and cool section. But I opened it and I was like, oh yeah, it just looks like a normal old charity book. And then yeah, there's all the writing and stuff. But then every single page after the first couple is just that. It's just weird scrawls. Like, and I don't know if I'm being idiotic and that is Latin, but yeah. So I saw this and I thought straight away about Magnus Archives. Listen to the podcast and you'll know what happens if you have one of these books. Not a bad way to spend my Saturday. Hey Kirill, what do you think? Hey. Hi. Oh. I'm not going to be able to get back to my book, am I?